We should be live. Good morning, everybody.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Goo. I'm the Deeds.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
what you call
us.
me. Yes.
Your
How's it
deeds,
going this morning?
your deeds, I'm goo.
I'm
It
Goo.
is going. It's Monday morning, November, I think, what, 17th. That is correct.
17, correct?
6:30 AZ time, 7:30 Houston time, correct?
Yes.
8:30 Eastern. So guess what? We're on schedule. Happy
We're on
Monday.
schedule.
I hope everybody else is on schedule too.
Yep.
Uh,
Get on it.
um, yeah. What's shaking today, dude?
It's my thirsty. I got myself a white chocolate cold brew protein cold foam for the morning. I got like three or four Christmas light installations today, so I'm going to be Mr. Ladder work. So I'm going to be going up on ladders, hanging lights. Got some ground stake lighting, so that's a lot of fun. And yeah, so got that going on. And then I got a window cleaning estimate after all that. So good stuff going on. Good stuff. How's your day looking?
So I told you last week we've got some crazy weather coming in. Billy and I had a lovely home scheduled for today. Nice two-story in and out. It's probably, six, $700. Unfortunately, it's supposed to rain later today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oof.
The client called and texted actually, and she mentioned, "Hey, I don't really want you on my wet roof, yada
Yeah.
yada yada." I'm not going to try and argue with her. I'll just reschedule her for next week. We didn't really have anything on the schedule for tomorrow. We have two gigs on for Wednesday. So now I'm playing fill the gap or fill a hole, you
Yep.
know. So it's crazy. We got a lot of stuff to do on Thursday is what it's looking like. And then uh I don't even know if we're gonna be able to get to work on Friday, but those 3 days before Thanksgiving next week are sure gonna be fun, I guess.
Busy, busy. And plus, your phone's still going to ring this week because people are still going to want windows and stuff. We're looking
Yeah,
at,
I also took a phone call. Morning, Chuck D. I took a phone call from an old soccer friend of mine. He and I used to play ball together when we were kids. Dude was a stellar athlete and good human being.
mhm.
He moved into a new pad in a great neighborhood, and I went to go look up his house. I had never seen his new home before, and I'm excited. He has a ton of glass. It's like a $1.5 million home.
Nice.
Yeah, good for him. I'm really stoked for
It's
him.
all those rich homes. It's always like business on the front and then party windows in the back where it's
So
all
it is
just
party
walls
in the
of
back.
windows.
He
Yeah.
he's got a putting green back there. He's got a big window wall, two
Yep.
stories too, so it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And Jack is a great guy. So I'll be looking forward to spending some time, hopefully talking to him and visiting with him. It'll be one of those reconnect jobs. Billy will
Cool.
be banging a bunch. Um, I'll probably water fed a bunch of that because that back wall, like I said, it'll expedite the process, make it look cool too.
Sure.
I might even get a photographer to come out for that gig just because he's butted up against the mountain as well, poolside, all that stuff.
Love
So
those mountain shots.
yeah. Morning, Damien. What's shaking, dude? I hope you're having a great day.
Morning, fellas. Top of the morning.
I don't know if you saw Damien got a pretty sweet squeegee pendant over the weekend, man.
I saw that. It's very
Yeah,
sharp. Very
it is
sharp.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to have a jeweler in your pocket like that.
I love gold.
I'm so shiny. Nice.
Where like Little Woman's Neck or whatever. I love
Yeah.
Moana. It's a good movie.
Yeah, so you got
That's
it.
good stuff. Yeah.
You
Trying to
got
think,
it.
find the end of the song there. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. So what's everyone popping today? Anyone have any good jobs, big jobs, snow jobs? Is it raining out where you're at? What's going on
Yeah, I want to
today?
hear the weather too. Damien, what's good with you? Wichita, what's shaking? Um,
Wichita.
oh,
Yeah.
Fred is still pissed off because we ran out of rawhides, and I think I'm not going to give him any more rawhides because he's a pain in my ass. Plus, I
They
think
can also, yeah, that cause constipation.
yeah, I think it's making him fat too. And I'm like, hey, bro, watch your weight, homie. He's like,
Oh,
Dad,
he came up to
feed
start.
me.
He came up, yeah, yeah. It's like an episode of Springer. He just ran the stage and was gonna whack your ass. Like, you give me the rawhides, man. I just need a rawhide, just one rawhide. Just give me one.
Yeah.
Canyonero.
Had a good
So
talk with one of our listeners and one of our listeners and followers this week too.
cool.
Cody Smith, he reached out. We chatted quite a bit on Friday. Then he reached out yesterday, and we were, problem solving, trying to figure something out for him. Um, pricing and stuff like that.
Sure.
It's it's so hard. Fred, go lay down. We're told by professionals and people smarter than us often, hey, raise your prices, raise your prices, raise your prices. Um, but it's hard sometimes if you are in a demographic or if you're in a certain area where, things prices are kind of already set. You know what I mean? The market is set.
I can
Uh,
do it cheaper. Yeah.
or
Those guys. Yeah.
or the market's set or the demographic is a little lower.
Yeah.
You have to take those things into consideration. And that's kind of the message I was trying to relay to Cody. It's like, look, man, I listen to the guys who tell us to raise prices too, but I also know my pricing. I know my area. I know my clients. I know their income. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
These are all things to take into consideration when you're doing pricing. So that was kind of the message I was trying to relay to him. Like, sure, listen to the people who are giving you advice and who have gotten farther than you and whatnot. But trust your gut. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like I told him too as well, and this is something I tell anybody. I price my pricing to get the job, to make some money, to make sure that my ends are met,
Hmm.
to be fair. I'm not here to price gouge anybody either. Like just because I can charge 1,900 for a job that is $1,200, doesn't mean I'm going to.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
if it's
Well, and as a one man band like we are, it's a lot easier to lock in because we have a very lower overhead. But if you've got somebody with, three trucks, six trucks, well, yeah, you're not a solo guy. You've got Billy with you and stuff.
yeah,
But
but
as for myself, yeah.
but I'm in the same boat. Like to be honest, I still charge the same basically
Mhm.
as I did when Billy wasn't with me. You know what I mean? Like I charge a little bit more, but I'm not out here trying to beat up people for window cleaning. I also know that there's 4 to 10 other people in my area that can do the same exact thing that I do, and the same thing that I was trying to relay the message to Cody. It's like, look, man, that's exactly right, Damien. Don't believe everything you hear. Just because some guy tells you I did that house next door for $1,500 doesn't mean he's telling the truth. He probably did
Correct.
15 different things for her too. It's like,
Can you hang my ceiling fan? Damn it. Yeah, I'll do
yeah,
that too. Yeah, people are,
yeah,
that's the industry though. I mean, same, I've got the same problem here on next door. We got somebody, does anyone clean windows, pressure washer, clean gutters? And you got 36 different people. My husband does it, call my landscaping company, my roofing company, like
yeah,
all the people who aren't even in this industry, just like everybody does it, jack of all trades. So I do like
yeah.
4 or 5 services, so I'm like well rounded, but you've got the landscaper, them jumping in and they're always going to be cheaper than the next guy because they want the job so bad they just kick it down to like they'll do a big job for $60 and you're like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
why?
And that's what I told him. He's like, he basically showed me the property too. And, there's 45 panes, 45 decent sized pieces of glass in and out. And I told him, look, there's probably a decent window cleaner. Any decent window cleaner will be anywhere between 450 and 540. That's not including ladder work or any extras, right? So
Sure.
if I, like me personally, I probably would have been, at the 540 range and then add money for ladder work. But because I'm so conscious and so terrified of losing a job over $50 to $70, I typically drop the price even from my highest number and make them feel like they're getting a deal.
Well, but I do something similar. I mean, I don't drop, but I'll think of a price that I want, a price that's like whoa, take the low price, give a good discount, drop it to the ballpark of what we're talking about here, and that's makes them feel like a win. I've got a win,
Yeah.
closes a lot. So that's like another thing is like discounts. Don't like overinflate and deduct, but offer a deduction when you can, or overinflate and then deduct.
Well, that's kind of so. And my thing too is like I hate weird numbers.
Sure.
So like I'll get to a number and it's 648, right? Well, look, dude, how about I do this? Instead of bumping the price and making it 650, how about I save you $48? And, yeah, if I end up screwing myself at the end of the year. And if I add that $48 and you multiply that times 100, I'd probably have a shitload more money. But I also
But it
might lose
sells
it.
the job. Yeah.
I also might have lost half of those fucking jobs.
Yep.
You could look at it two ways, right? Like, Oh man, I left so much on the table. Well, sure, you may have. Get down, Fred.
It's
But you
essentially
make
free screens, which isn't bad. You got the job.
oh, yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about,
Yep.
so
And that's
pricing this time of year
yeah,
is important. And I think it is something that we probably could go over, a different time.
sure.
Um, but today's not that time, I guess.
Not
Fred, what the
today.
fuck?
Getting the numbers out. I feel like the guy from Quantum Leap punching numbers.
I love me some Quantum Leap.
Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, it's all, every guy is different. Every business is different. One of my competitors that I'm friends with has employees, stuff like that. And you know, they charge a good amount too. We're not like 20 windows for $99 type deal. And that's another thing. I can't offer those deals because in the 1 or 2 miles from where I'm at, it's a very low demographic in some areas. But then I've got
Yeah.
gated communities too, and then it branches out and et cetera. So I can't advertise great deals because then I've got to honor them because I've got other customers like, wait, I've got like 30 windows. Why am I $600 or whatever? And you're like, never mind. So I've got to be careful advertising, marketing, a
Yeah.
low price, if you will. I don't
Um,
even really do that in like January or June. I don't do any crazy specials, maybe 15% off or something, but I don't do, a whole house wash for 199. I don't go nuts cheapo.
yeah.
But neither do you, but
No, I don't. And I stick, I've had my prices have gone, they haven't really bumped up ridiculous. We're doing a
sure.
big fat nice house on Thursday. The total came out to $616. I did not drop the price on them. I just stuck to it. Normally I would say 600 flat, but I was like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And the gentleman even told me afterwards, he goes, I find your pricing to be fair. And I was like, thank you. And then
cool.
as I'm walking out, I'm like, damn, but that's the kind of guy when you do that stuff. And here's a little trick, and here's a little tip, or here's a little of something that I found, right? When you treat people properly and you do that, that's when they tend to tip. That's
Sure.
when you're going to get the 650. You're going to get a 50 on top of that, right?
Whoa.
Or you do an extra good job and you bang it out. You let the guy know that you took care of his house or her house, and that's how you get the extra money. Basically,
Yep.
it evens out. That's
Well,
what I
yeah.
found to be true.
Aside from money, I say, you can either write it out to Mr. Deeds or, they'll have a tipping option in there. But one of my greatest tips, if you think I did a great job, is that if you go ahead and just leave an honest review on your neighborhood Facebook or their next door page, just describing the service, if you liked it or not, that would greatly appreciate it. So a lot of times I'll get a text, the next day or later that evening, hey, just put a referral on the neighborhood page. So I get a lot of referral calls like that, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
The house I was just at, they did the house wash, the windows, Friday outlet, got a call from not a call, but I had to stop a neighbor. So I've already got an approval for a house wash and windows and stuff in that same neighborhood, like 10 doors down. So always ask your customer at the end, how do they like your service? And if they liked it so much, the greatest tip you could get would be a referral, or a Google review, next door shout out, something like that. So always ask because it doesn't hurt to ask. Unless you got to use
Yeah,
the
buddy.
bathroom, don't ask. Just don't use it most of the
Unless
time.
you're Mike Nichols, then you just go wherever you want.
Hmm.
Jessica
Overall,
says Jessica says plus the tips are not taxable up to 25K. So that's always good to know.
no tax on tips.
Da, 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 da. We got Chuck D, Jessica Battle in the building.
Morning, morning, morning.
Squeegee Tom. There's a couple other people that have popped in but haven't said good morning yet, and I can't see who's on. But yeah, let us know where you're at, what the weather's like today, what you got on the agenda for this week, anything fun, anything exciting, any big plans for next week for Thanksgiving.
Turkey
So
time.
that's what we're going to be talking about today. Later on this week, we have some fun guests, right, Mark?
Yes, yes, we do. We got Mr. Glass Renew.
Yeah, Cody's popping in. And then gentleman Steve Williams, he's the founder of the ISCA.
Yes,
International Solar
solar.
Cleaning Association. So for all of you who are getting ready to get into some solar cleaning, hey Jill, what's shaking? For all of you who are getting ready to get into solar cleaning, definitely want to tune in on Friday. If you're
Do it.
trying to pick up some extra tips on how to do it safely, I'm sure he'll be able to relay some of those. If you're just looking to get into it in general, to be honest, I've told you guys before, I don't do a ton of add-on services. I have all the equipment to do everything. I just don't typically do them. But solar is something I'm probably gonna. Hey, Cody, we were just talking about you, buddy. Solar is something I was am looking forward to possibly getting into more in the next year. Like I said, I do have all of the equipment to do it. It's just something that I haven't really grabbed the bull by the horn, so to speak. So maybe talking with Steve on Friday will help get those juices flowing. So
The pure water flowing on those beautiful panels. I do a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but I'd say 18 to 25, well, maybe 18% solar panel cleaning. Good morning, Kaylee
yeah,
Zero. Good
one of
morning,
my
Justin.
favorites, Kaylee, Team Zero, high five. Very nice.
Very nice.
Tell Justice and Tiana and Brandon I said what's up. If you see what I think the guy's name is Sam. He's got the hose. If you see Sam, tell him I said what up. Tell everybody in the back I said hi. Give Chris and Alex a good poke for me. Well, yeah, yeah, right in
Hi,
the
hi, hi.
yeah.
Yes, say
Tell
those
everybody
highs.
what's up. I miss everybody down there.
Yep.
Uh, so
Solar.
we talked about solar we got going on.
Yeah, get into it.
Cody with glass renew. If you guys are looking to get into, trying to add another add-on, resurfacing, polishing, getting scratches out of glass, definitely want to tune in on Wednesday as Cody will have all sorts of good information to give out.
Yep, all sorts. Back to solar
Yeah,
panel. Yeah, getting into solar panel cleaning, you've got all the equipment, right? You've got the Insipol, you've got the brushes. You just need to reach out and touch something, right? You need to scrub a dub dub.
I do, as a matter of fact, and I won a 20-inch PWP brush about a year ago.
Cool. Awesome.
And it is a gangster. So I also went and attached, I changed all of the
Hit the
small
tips.
hoses to big hoses and then
Nice.
added a two adapter too. So now I've got the high flow. Uh
Supreme flowage.
yeah,
And
it's
that's
gonna
important.
be
That's like the most critical thing with panel cleaning is that you've got to rinse, rinse, rinse because you can't have any of that crap sit or else it'll be dirty. So rinsing is important. Whether if I don't use a pump, I'm mainly one or two stories, so I got some good flow. But changing up to the high flow is where it's at. You know what's up.
yeah, Chuck D. I've watched so Mark and I were in Vegas and Cody was doing some demos. You remember this?
Oh yeah, yep.
Cody was doing demos like in right there.
On the
You've
show
seen him
floor.
too at the Huge, right?
Yes.
I
Hmm.
think you and I bumped into each other the first time at the Huge at the Glass Renewer, standing there looking at each other like, "Oh, this is cool. This is cool." We didn't say anything to each other the
No,
first time.
because you
This
probably
is
had
neat.
those Ray Bans on. Like he recording. He's watching them. He's restoring glass. He's recording it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Technology. Wait till you start seeing those damn Tesla walk around robots, man. I'm telling you, they're coming.
Oh,
A couple of
freak
years.
me out. Freak
Yep,
me
freaky,
out.
freaky. They're coming to get you. But go ahead, glass renew. It's
Oh yeah,
important.
so Glass Renew's coming on. And I'm excited to talk to him too because I watched, I'm really terrified sometimes of screwing something up more than it already is.
It's
So
expensive.
sometimes I just don't take on a project because I don't want to learn. Um, I don't want to learn how to do it, and or I'm just terrified, or I'll let someone else do it. Let someone else do it.
Sure.
But hopefully Cody can come on and put some ease to those concerns. I watched when I was in Oklahoma this summer with Mike Nichols. One of the coolest things that I was able to see was Mike practicing his craft, right?
Yep.
And it's funny because a lot of times you think, oh, well, Mike's been cleaning windows for 20, 30 years, however long. He probably doesn't need to practice. Dude's in there, he has a nice setup and with a scratched up piece of glass, and he's in there just going over it and going over it and checking it from every angle. He just wanted to make sure he had it right. And I was like,
Yep.
damn, man, like to watch another pro hone his craft and make sure that he's doing it right. And then to call and FaceTime another pro and be like, hey, what am I missing here? It was like, fuck, man, maybe I really need to step up my game. You know what I mean? Like, how do I get better?
Get
So,
rounded, well rounded. Get those different things. Can you imagine like a blacksmith ghost watching Mike like hone his craft on the glass and was like he'd sit there and bang an angle for like 12 hours a day every day of his life until he died. And this ghost is like, I wish I could do that. Glass like buffing glass.
yeah.
Yeah, ghost thoughts.
So,
Glass.
Mason, I'll see about it. I think we only made a few. Of the Goo and
Limited
Geese.
edition.
Yeah,
Worst
limited
hat
edition
ever.
for sure. I believe there's one left.
Gonna have to talk to Steve Fishgren.
Yeah, and Thomas Wilson, Squeegee Tom wants one too. Maybe we'll have to make a redo of them, but a second run. So we'll
Second
talk
run,
to
second
Chris and
edition.
Alex and Steve and see if maybe we can't get a few more of them printed out. I dig them too. Matter of fact, I need to talk to Steve and Jill and see if we can't just get some black and white stickers like that. Just
Doom.
straight black and white. That would be fun.
It's black. It's white. Woo!
Like the graffiti kids, just slap that shit on there.
Damn, yeah. It's a good idea. But it's Go Indeed's world. It's excellent.
Yeah. I do dig the cap as well.
Yep.
I need to talk to Steve too, actually. I don't know if he sent the other hat out to he said, take my money. Word. Hopefully Jill's still watching and listening and she can hear that too. And maybe, yep, punch it in. Tell Jill and or ask. We don't tell anybody anything. We ask people for favors. We don't tell. But we can relay the message that we definitely have some friends that might want to get one or two. So, but yeah, Corey Klimas is going to have the extra. He's supposedly going to be one of the only guys to get the extra one. So
Jill
it's
just popped in.
ducking
I may
my
have a
will
few
to
extra.
live.
Whoa! We're not worthy. We're
Yeah.
not worthy.
Yeah, Jill, if you have a couple more of those hats, that would be awesome. Jill, also, I would love to order some stickers, black, white,
Goo
looks like
and
that.
geese.
Mark Tanner, every piece of glass reacts different and never learn or practice on customer glass. After 15
Correct.
years, I still learn on every piece of glass. So Mark, like I was saying, I hope you were on the line earlier when I was saying that. Like watching Mike, who I consider to be one of the best, who I consider to be a pro, a mentor of mine, watching
Minotaur.
him work and then contact you and make sure he was doing everything right. It was like, fuck, this is exactly why Mike's Mike. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
that's what makes a pro. So it
Yep.
was fun to watch that. And I always, if Mike tells me something or if Mark tells me something, I'm going to listen to what they have to say because those dudes are legit. They are G's. They've been around the block and they don't lie.
No.
So that's just
No.
my 2 cents.
Homie don't play.
Homie, don't play.
Homie don't play. Too legit to
Mm.
quit. Too legit to quit. Mm-hmm.
Had to
That's
finish
it.
that
Go.
coffee, so
Finish the coffee.
had to get it.
So yeah, it's a beautiful Monday. Beautiful. Jill, we can make the stickers happen. That's easy. Awesome.
Sweet.
It's
Jill, I
crazy
will
like Monday
contact
mornings.
you after the show because I do want to make that happen. It's been on my mind for the last about 4 days, probably what, 2.5 or 3 inch by 4 inch. I am excited. I think that just a straight black with the white, it will look awesome. And I don't really see anybody else doing that, so I think it'll be fun. It'll be original, deeds. Get that.
These stickers are awesome and original. That's
And
cool.
original. And
Yeah.
original.
It's
I like to think that we are a little bit original in the stuff that we do. What do you think?
a little hand tossed sometimes, maybe a little extra crispy, but we do our own thing. It's
Yeah.
having this podcast is interesting. It's a lot of fun. The tangents we can go on, the guests, the tools, techniques. It's a good deal. A lot
Yeah,
of guys in this.
we want to be well-rounded. And we want to try to make sure that we bring the proper guests to you. And when I say you, I mean anybody who's paying attention. Final boss of Windows, I know, right? Kick them in the dick. So we are trying to mix some humor. We are trying to mix some information. We are trying to mix truth
Like a gumbo.
and bring it all to you.
Yeah.
So that's about, what we do with our hour 15, hour 30, however long we get here in the mornings with you guys.
Our
But
Good
it's
Morning America segments.
our Good Morning America segments. It's all gravy. But it's a lot of fun and nothing but love for all of our cleaners and friends, Christmas light installers, gutter cleaners, pressure washers, whatever it is you guys want to identify as. We don't
Except
give
for
a
interior carpet cleaners. We don't do none of that.
yeah, we don't do that. I
We
do
don't do
know a
that.
few carpet cleaners though. I do
Yeah.
know a few carpet cleaners.
Carpet cleaning
Damien, I
service?
hope you have a great day. Go out and crush it and seize it. Carpe diem,
Seas,
amigo.
yeah, the
I know
DM.
it's going to be a good one for all of us.
Carpet the
Tanner,
DM.
Tanner, what's the weather in Florida this week? You got good sun? You know, it's funny because I was getting dressed this morning and I was thinking about weather, and it's like, you
That's what I
know,
do when I get dressed.
think about the weather.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be hot.
I put my
Yeah,
socks on first
pants.
today for the first time I think ever in my life. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I put my
Whoa,
socks on
who puts
first.
their socks on every day?
Well, everyone puts their socks on, but who puts their socks on first out when they get out of the
Oh,
shower? It was the
I thought
weirdest.
you meant it was the first time you ever put socks on yourself, like you had a
No,
sock
I
servant
I
your whole
put
life.
socks on first, and I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And then I got done, and I was like, "What did
No,
I
no.
just do?"
Who's on first? What's on second?
Too much.
Too
So,
legit to quit.
gutter guards. Are you messing with the gutter guards now?
Oops. You can make a lot of money per foot, $3, $4, $5, but then it gets expensive, and some people are like, "Oh, Jesus!" But it's still a lot cheaper than gutter helmets for like $28,000. You can make some good money. I always try to talk the customer kind of out of gutter guards at the tops because I tell them it's like a cat, and a goldfish. They put the top on it, they don't look at it for 5 or 10 years, and then they wonder why it's all clogged, and then it's super expensive to clean it out.
Damn,
Yeah,
73. He's
yeah.
even warmer than I am going to be today, I think.
Well,
That's
I'm 70.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm 73 right now with a high of 83, so it's gonna rise up and get a little warmer. Got
Rise
my,
up. Yeah,
I
we're
got my.
at 50. We're at 52 right now with the high of 70 with a 35% chance of rain. 95%, 90% chance tomorrow, 95 to Wednesday, 70 Thursday. F
Goodness.
me. What am
Yeah,
I
we
going to
got. Well,
do?
I don't know. Maybe create content or work on things on your business. Maybe read Little House on the Prairie. I don't know. There's a lot of things you can do.
That's Mike Nichols right there, Little House. That's his gig.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Pa Ingalls Wilder. I dated his granddaughter in high school. Just a little tidbit. They have a Pa Ingalls Day in this little town I'm from, and so every year that family would leave because they're just like, I don't care, forget that.
They're like, we
Little,
already know all about
we
this.
know all about it. We've got the frickin' we saw the show. We know Grandma was nice, great grandma. So it's a little interesting factoid. Good
Yeah.
times. But
What,
Jessica hates gutter guards also.
yeah, I've never really seen him in person. I mean, I've seen him at the shows and whatnot, but again, so in Arizona and Phoenix, specifically
There's
where
no
I live,
trees. Yeah,
yeah, we don't have a ton of trees. We don't, a lot of houses don't even have gutters. Um, you know, imagine we don't have pine trees everywhere and we don't have all that
no.
shit. So yeah, it's just another one of those things that we don't have to do.
Chuck
Um,
D, 59 degrees in Wichita. People trying to come out of Wichita, Stubbville. Yeah, labor lift
so
ticket.
Cody is the gentleman I was telling you about this that we were having a conversation about the pricing and stuff, and he's over in
Uh-huh.
North Carolina. Uh,
70s, nice.
he's got great week two. Mark
Yep,
Tanner 60 to 80. That's outstanding.
yep,
Tanner, when do you take your do you take your vacations in August or when do you take your
yep.
vacations?
Weather here is 83 all week.
Oh, that's what I was going to get into earlier when we first started talking about the weather, actually, is like it's funny to me, and not funny, but like
Ha ha.
it's crazy that half or three-thirds of the country is about to go into slowdown, and then the other third of the country, like Southern California, Arizona, New
Texas.
Mexico, Texas, all the southern, you know,
Everywhere south of here.
yeah, we're
Not
about
here,
ready to
here.
blow up.
Boom, boom, boom.
We have another good 3, 4 months of just let's kick some ass and take some names. So I'm really getting excited for how the phone's going to start ringing.
Mhm.
And I hope everybody also has their game plan planned out so they know what they want to do.
Or if
So
they
instead of
don't, start fucking planning now.
that's
Right
what
now.
so you
Shit
don't
sucks.
sound like you don't sound like me when you look at the calendar and you're like, fuck, it's gonna rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What am I gonna do with myself?
Oh
Oh,
no.
guess create some content, huh?
Create it up. Create it up. I've got so much shit in my phone that I've like time lapse, windows, screens, driveways, house washes that I just haven't. I've been getting so effing lazy about getting home and following up and actually making posts and stuff. I really need to stay on top of that because I need to stay on top of the content game to be relevant in my local search pack and all that crap. So
Yeah.
I've been really slow. Even my Google Maps, I added a photo yesterday. The last one was like 9 days ago. I'm like, Jesus, I got to stay on top of that because if you don't upload to your Google Maps or respond to reviews in a timely manner, sometimes it could get flagged as suspended or something. If you leave it stagnant. So always kind of update it, throw it out there to let people know that you're still relevant or in business because it helps. Definitely helps.
Yeah. And you know what? Thank you for reminding me that. It's been a hot minute since I've added some photos or videos or anything um to
It's not
my
like we,
page.
yeah, it's not like we don't have them on our phone. You just have to frickin' submit it. So do it.
Yeah, I kept getting a notification that my Google what the fuck? My
Gmail.
Yeah, I had too much crap in it.
Sure.
And I never want to delete a bunch. You know what I mean? I very rarely delete my videos. Plus, I record a bunch of my son's soccer content. So I've just
Oh yeah.
got a bunch of
Yeah,
video
you're
shit.
full on the gigabytes. Jessica Battle talks about pine needles stuck in gutters. They do suck. Mason, they razor pine needles here. Yeah, that sucks. Let's
Yeah.
see. Love you long
Martin,
time.
no break. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I try to like I was asking about the when he takes his vacations because like for us I typically try to plan my vacations and this sounds weird now but I do try to plan a little bit around some of the events that we go to.
sure.
It just so happens that one of the events that we typically attend is the Huge and it's in my slow season. So it's a
That
good thing
works.
and a bad thing. It's a good thing because I don't typically have to be on hand, but it's a bad thing also because I'm not busy, so therefore I don't have a bunch of extra coin to
Yeah, you're not in the plus.
yeah,
Woo.
to go have fun, but it is what it is. I'm hoping that this year we can be a little different and I can change some of the ways that I go about bringing in income and adding a few more. Um, last year before I think I was asked one of my first articles that I wrote for American Window Cleaner magazine was about like setting goals. I use people use the term resolution for New Year's or whatever, but it was setting goals. Um, and I found that I set a couple goals, I put it down in paper, I put it out into the universe, and then it happened. It was odd. It was like, look,
It
man,
works. Manifestation is a thing, dude. Get your dream
well,
board.
yeah, I mean, I didn't make a dream board or anything, but I put it
Writing it
out
down is
there.
all it takes. It's kind of a dream
I
board.
put it out there, but it wasn't just for me to see. It was like for others to see. And I feel
Yeah,
like that really helped. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just
it
me.
works.
Maybe I'm being corny, but it felt
Well,
like it helped.
that's part of my problem. Lately, I have got like, usually I've always had like 10 things working and I'm working on all of them so I get nothing done. But I try to set goals in like terms of things I'm supposed to focus on and whatever. So I've been doing that a lot better on that the last year. Same thing with like the show was part of that where, I'll start something and then fiddle out or fizz out. So starting the Go Deeds podcast was a way for me to keep and stay consistent, keep doing something and working on it and just help me, round it out in all aspects of life with the follow through, the confidence and all that crap. So yeah,
You brought that up, and
stick
I've
with
been
it.
wanting to ask you this for a long time. You kind of knew. When we talked about this, starting this up, you must have had an idea that you wanted to do this as well. I mean, you were creating a little bit of content in a different aspect on your own. You knew that I had an interest in interviewing.
Mhm.
You knew that I had an interest in sharing my story. What made you decide, hey, I want to pair up with this guy?
Well, looking back that far, I think it was because we're the same cloth. You know, we're both the same kind of dude. We, you know, think the same things. A lot of the shit you were saying or doing, I found funny or whatever, and you got me for the most part. And yeah, I met you at the convention. Thought you were a straight shooter, cool dude.
Yeah.
You know what you were doing. You weren't out there to try and get attention and all that stuff. You were doing your own thing, which I respected. And that's why I was like, man, he's right in line with what I'm all about. Just trying to do something neat, try to make it interesting. And, it wasn't going to be a 3 day a week thing at the start. It was going to be like a Friday morning show or a Monday morning. And then it morphed into a little bit more than that. And very cool. We didn't do interviews in the beginning. We kind of went, we sailed with the breeze, to see where the podcast would take us.
Well, what made you decide like I'm gonna fucking like? Because I'd be terrified. I'd be like, man, I don't want to, but like
Well,
I would have been like,
I watch a lot of the other podcasts. I watch Squeegee Life. I'd see some of the Jersey stuff, and I just enjoy podcasts because I'm working outside all day. I listen
mhm.
to audiobooks. very little bit of podcasts because I did that a lot earlier. YouTube videos. The reason I started it was because I thought I had a lot of funny ideas, a lot of
Yeah.
skits and bullshit that I wanted to do, like dressing up as a break dancer from Australia and doing some funny shit, knocking on somebody's front door as like the Joker from Batman and stuff. And so I got all these ideas and these storyboards and costumes and shit. I'm like, man, a 29-year-old guy shouldn't be making all these stupid videos. So I'm like, I'm just gonna pivot and do something else. So I've been working on this book about me walking across the country and about a window cleaner as the main protagonist. And that's been happening for a little bit. But as far as the podcast, I just wanted to create a show or do something to make people laugh or to raise awareness for projects for window cleaners for stuff like that because I just thought that it'd be really fun, really neat, something cool to do. And I figured doing it on my own is really hard because just one guy just coming up with topics and stuff is really hard to do when you're doing a shoot by the seat of your pants type show type deal. So pairing up with you is awesome because you have great interview questions. You're uh, more focused in interviews and stuff, and you help make us more well rounded and stuff. So a lot of fun.
You know, that's amazing. I appreciate you telling me that. It's weird that we've been doing this for so long and I've never asked you that question. Like, what made you decide? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
we
Well,
kind
it
of
was
just,
something I wanted to do it really bad, but I didn't have the confidence to do it on my own and stuff. And I knew that was right up your alley, and we clicked. So I was like, I want to team up with this dude.
and between you having the confidence to ask me to do it, it helped me grow a ton too. Like
Cool.
I was afraid to put some of my ideas out into the world. And then, we continued doing some of our single interviews, just or not interviews, our single conversations. Um, and it put me more at ease and it helped build my confidence as well. And it's like, look, we had no idea what we're doing. We still really don't. I mean, we have an idea of what we want to do. You know what I mean? Like we know what we like and what we don't like.
Sure.
So we just try to start our days off in the same manner and hope that everybody has a good time. Like I said, we want to provide some kind of information. We want to provide some kind of humor. We want to provide some some kind of clarity sometimes, right? A little
Yeah.
bit
Some
of clarity,
substance. Yeah. Yeah.
some substance. And if we can also, I think the one thing that was important to both of us was the human aspect, right?
Yes.
The idea at that point too, you were really struggling. Hey, chill out, guys. You were really struggling with some health issues,
Oh
and
yeah.
um, it was, how do I use the term? So it was, I think it was kind of messing with your head a little bit. Not, it was fucking with you. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You weren't
Well,
your
I was kind of
straight.
dying for a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, hey, I need to do this now or, never. And I think that I'm
Yeah.
so glad that obviously we ended up doing it and continuing to rock with it because we have now created some really fun memories.
Yep.
We have introduced a bunch of our friends to one another, and we have been able to share some substance and some quality content.
Yeah.
Um, so
It's awesome.
I'm super glad that you did ask me to do this, and I'm super glad that we tagged up on this venture, dude, because it has been quite a fantastic ride.
Yeah. You should one of these days I'll get the content out there, but I have a I'll share this, but I have a theme song that I was going to have for my morning show because I was for the past 2 or 3 years I've been always wanting to do something cool window wise and just jump in, but I've been too afraid. But I recorded a song, the Pee Wee Herman intro song, like wah 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 doo doo doo
Yeah,
doo doo boom, boom, and I did all that with my mouth, and I got the whole thing down. So one of these days I'll play it in as an intro video or an outro video for our YouTube, and that'll make people laugh. It's like a behind the
I
scenes what
recall
Mark
it.
was doing.
I
Yeah.
recall it, and I would love to have that added on. Um, I think that we've been over the last since what? When did we start the show? End of
Uh,
February.
February. Yeah, I
End of
think so.
February.
Yep.
So since the end of February, I think that we have, like I said, brought a lot to the table. I think that we just continue to show that we can think outside the box, and
Yeah,
continue to
as long
grow.
as it's original. You know,
Yeah, we got to be original.
but
Remember the old 311 song? You better come original. You got to come original.
yes, they are going to come original, and sometimes you
Yeah.
go the other way. We're going to try to get original guests and stuff like that, but yeah, it is what it
Yeah, it's
is.
all right, man. Here's the other thing too. There are thousands of window cleaners out there in the world, right? There's
Thousands and thousands.
40,000 members in pro window cleaning, correct? There's
Sure.
probably about,
There's like 12,000, or there's 100,000 like the high rise page, right? Something like
I have
that.
no idea. What I do
But either
know
way,
is,
there's a lot of window cleaners in the world. Let's
yeah,
forget
there's
that.
a lot of window cleaners in the world, but only about 100 to 200 of us really kind of communicate in this little bubble that we all kind of live in.
The
Um,
pro page.
yeah, so we want to get the opportunity to promote almost everybody. I want everybody's got a story to tell. And that was
Hmm.
kind of the gist of what I wanted to do in the beginning
Yeah.
of this show is to let people tell their story. Um, and like I said, we want to do it with humor. We want to do it um, with heart, sincerity, truth, and facts.
Yeah.
We don't want to spew nonsense. We don't want to just get out here
I
and
have the
talk.
best Windows soap, or we're not out to push products and say which is the best way to do it because, it's one clip, two clip. Waterford pole traditional, uh, stack ladders, gorilla ladders. Everyone's polar on different things. So we try to make it explain both sides and be fair but thorough.
Yeah. And Chuck D, thank you. We're really glad that you were on the show. And Jessica,
Thank you, Jessica
yeah,
and Chuck.
that's like probably the best compliment that we can get, and that's exactly what we were going for.
Hmm.
Growth, right? I kind of joked around the other day. I put a post on TikTok, and it was hashtag grower, not a shower. We're talking about growing our industry, um, unifying, right?
Yeah,
We want to, as Lennon once said, come together
I am the
right
walrus.
now over me, right? We're
Yep,
trying to bring our friends together, have a fun place to come kick it, and
Vladimir Lenin Ulyanov.
not that Lennon,
That's right.
not that Lennon. You want to
It's
say
the
good morning,
ethos.
Evie?
Good
Good
morning, Evie.
morning. All
Good
right, now
morning.
you can say hi to Jessica, you can say hi to Chuck D, you can say hi to whoever else is watching. Mark Tanner, say what up, Tanner.
What up, T?
So this little munchkin's got some kindergarten today. I told you that we have what do we have on deck? So we got rain. What?
It looks like rain. She wants Cheerios.
Okay.
Yes, I'm being stuck in my phone.
Okay, she's got a frog in her throat. Rabbit, rabbit.
Oh no, Ribbit.
So with all of the fun stuff today, I get to do with all of the weather with all the weather coming in, I get to do some dad stuff today, some husband stuff today. I have to go register the golf cart. I have to go grocery shopping. I have to, what else did I have to do? Marisa gave me a list of shit I got to do. So it's dad
Awesome.
duty day, which is good stuff.
Yep, always good.
Everybody loves
My
it when dad does the grocery shopping.
dad buys all the shit that mom didn't want to buy, and you bring it all here.
Yeah.
We didn't need this. What was all these cookies? What's all this crap? Sorry, you sent me in there. We do the
It's
curbside
an
pickup
ice
to make it
cream
easy.
thing for me.
Oh yeah,
I'm an ice
yeah.
cream guy.
Cookies and cream is on our shopping list. We got to pick up a gallon. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
that's one of Marisa's go-tos. What's your favorite ice cream, babe? Vanilla,
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 the most popular ice cream flavor.
Neapolitan,
Yep,
chocolate, strawberry, vanilla.
all
Oh, what's
good.
my first? Oh man, Cody's got to his first house and they don't have water to wash the house.
Ooh,
God,
pay a neighbor 15 or 25 bucks. Just tell them it'll cost them like $1.17 in water, but here's 20. Thanks. I've had to do
there
that
you
once or
go.
twice.
Problem
Yeah.
solved. Look at
Prob
deeds.
but you got to also upcharge that customer like 50 or 100 bucks. The other one. I mean, that's crazy though. But I've had that where pull up and a customer's like, "Hope you brought your own water." It's like, why is that? That's a stupid thing to say to somebody. Why? Oh, because the thing's all the way on the other side of the house. Don't worry, I've got 300 feet of garden hose. I can get to it. But yeah, I hate that when they bring up the whole, oh yeah, that one's broken or we don't have any water. And that would have been helpful if you mentioned that on the quote or the walk around. But it's okay. Good luck, Cody. Everything will be
Yeah,
fine.
Cody, you'll nail it. At least here's the nice thing too. I mean, shoot, he just left a little bit ago, said he was on his way to go do his first house wash, and he's already been there, and we're still on the show. So it couldn't
Hmm.
have been too far of a drive, thankfully.
I Yeah, my last house wash, not my last one, but mint chocolate chip. Ooh, waiting for the toothpaste comments. It doesn't taste like toothpaste because it's better mint. And those chips is a dark chocolate. It's not a milk chocolate or a semi-sweet. It's a dark chocolate chip.
Thank
That's what
you.
makes it spectacular. It's all about the chips.
Evie just saw
But
mom come in, so she's gonna go give mommy huggies.
bing, running.
Bing.
But
Dad's
yeah,
toast.
I
He's
had a
no longer
repo.
important.
Nope, mom's gonna get it. But I had a repo man park his truck in front of a house wash last week or the week before. Posted up a couple seconds before I got there. I was like, damn it. So I had to miss out on a house wash for like an hour or two. It happens. Hook
So
it up
Kaylee,
inside.
mint chocolate chip is definitely in our household too, and it
Yep.
looks like Jessica's as well. So don't worry. I don't think you're gonna get the toothpaste comments here.
No, it's very
I'm
faded.
so glad to see Kaylee in the building. That is awesome. I love when our friends pop in. It means a lot to me.
Yep.
Um, you know, I get excited when we get a bunch of our peeps pop in, but Kaylee really helped me get all of my trip organized, and she
Cool.
was like the life support for me when I was on the road. Um, and I could just call and be like, "Hey, I'm doing this," or she was like my right hand gal for when I was doing the planning. So she's always gonna have a special place in my heart because she kicked ass and really, really, really got the ball rolling for my trip. So
Like
I can't say
Micro and the
enough about
Punisher.
her. What's that?
Awesome. Like Micro and the Punisher, the woman in the van helping you out through.
She
So,
seriously, it was like, yeah, man, it was great. It was great.
Cody Smith, 80% of my jobs, I don't leave the neighborhood. That's awesome. Just as long as they got
Yeah.
good pricing and you're all set. And that's the thing is you get referrals, neighbors see you. Like in my neighborhood, I do a good amount of business. I don't do everybody's driveways and windows and stuff, but I do a really good amount where I feel good. You know,
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I told you I was mentioning before Cody and I were having that conversation about the pricing thing too.
Hmm.
And one of the things that he brought up too that I forgot to relay when we were having the conversation is he mentioned he he really wanted the job too because it's in a good neighborhood. Well, sometimes if you're in a good neighborhood and you're not established there, sometimes just to get in that neighborhood, you give that client a better price
Sure.
because you want to be
It's a
stationed in front of her
marketing cost.
house
Yeah.
for 2 to 4 hours. So then that way people see you
Yep.
and you can also go pass out
Yeah.
your flyers and
Yep.
network briefly while you're there. So sometimes the cost of doing business is dropping the price 50 to $100 just to get in the neighborhood.
Yep.
And then once you get established, then you can charge each other client accordingly.
Yes. Smart.
So it
Or
is, in my
an
opinion.
admin of a Facebook page, one of the neighborhood Facebook pages. I did one like a year ago, 2 years ago. I did her driveway, did a great job. It's still clean, and that's why she hasn't called me back out. But I need to reach out to her and just let her know, hey, call me in the spring, you get a good deal.
Yeah, and also,
Kaylee,
um,
cool.
yeah, that was a good. I can't wait to hopefully get back out there again soon. It'll be a great time. One of the great things too about working with clients like that, like an admin or something for one of those neighborhood groups,
Uh-huh.
you could always shoot them a personal message and be like, "Hey, I'm running a special. Would you mind letting them know?"
Sure.
Depending on the kind of relationship that you have with that person, or you can go and be like, "Hey, can I come get you an exterior clean if you give me a shout out or whatever." Sometimes you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet, or scratch the old back of somebody else to get what you want.
Oh
So
yeah, the gatekeeper always has to you know, get the
taken care
gatekeeper
of.
taken care of. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm really looking forward to this week, even though, like I said, we got all the rain coming. There's a lot of fun stuff that's coming up. So,
Awesome.
um, you doing anything big for Thanksgiving, Turkey Day? Who's the
Just
cook in your
turkeys.
house?
My wife is the sides. I'm the master baster, so I'm the turkey guy. I always do I baste it, I cook it, I carve it, and she does the green beans, the squash, the everything else, the fixins.
Did you
So
just hear that huge loud noise ruckus
I
coming
think
down?
so. I heard a ruckus.
Fucking yeah, Floyd is going nuts. He's all excited. Apparently, your voice has got him all happy. I don't know what his deal is. He's like,
Means rawhide. Oh, he
And
likes. I'm
now he
talking.
sees mom, and now he's running back upstairs.
No,
He's
I'm talking about.
crazy.
I'm talking doing turkey talk. Talking about
Yeah, he
turkey
heard
with
you say
this. With
master
Fred.
baster, and he was like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Well, yeah. They had to give him that anti buttworm stuff with that baster last year, and he's excited about it.
So I got my dogs have been. I told you. I told you off air, but my dogs. I used to give them a rawhide every morning. I used to give Fred a rawhide. Don't do that, please. Every morning before the show, because as soon as he hears your voice, he starts to freak out. He thinks we need to go outside. Da 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 da
Uh-huh.
da. Whatever. Betty humped her. Um, and so I quit giving him those rawhides because he's getting a little plump, and I
Hmm.
think that they're full of yeast or whatever, and
Oh,
starting to
itchy
mess with
ears.
his. Yeah, so I
Yep.
got them new treats that are supposed to help disrupt some of that ear gunk and get his good juices and enzymes flowing. So yeah,
Talking about dog
hopefully.
ear juice and enzyme. Ah, fucking
Uh,
smells
you
funky.
say it's funny. There's so many things that you can talk about that are like whatever, but we talk ear dog juices, and you're like,
Oh. Well, I can smell it. It's like it's in your face.
uh,
Dog ears, and it's like, God damn it.
yeah, he's
I had a dog with ear smell.
getting rid of that funk, and it's actually working pretty well. So I'm happy that Fred is a good boy.
Yep.
Happy that Fred is doing well.
Thomas Wilson, a fan of that turkey dinner. My biggest thing at Thanksgiving is the turkey sandwich after, like the 7 o'clock white bread, mayonnaise, turkey, salt, pepper, more mayonnaise, boom, cold sandwich. I'm happy.
Straight up, nothing
Yep.
else. You don't. He's like, I don't need any gravy. I don't need any of that other
Keep it in the
nonsense.
fridge. Don't even heat it up. Just give me the cold
Salt,
meat.
pepper, and a honky ass white bread.
A lot of mayonnaise. It works really nice, and I'm really happy with it. That's my
Oh,
Thanksgiving
we've all
thing.
been there, amigo. We've all been there.
Yeah, keeps
So
me
you got
going.
any family coming in town for that?
Not really. No, my mom. A lot of my family's in New York. We're gonna do our family, this Texas get together here. I think the Sunday before Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and then that's pretty much it. You got family
You
coming
see
in?
that one?
No. Hip surgery? Oh, good luck, Chuck.
Yeah, his wife is having some surgery, so anybody wants to send some energy, some prayers, some love, some thought. We all, you know how we work on this show.
Yeah.
Anybody puts out a request or asks some stuff, we try our best to make sure that we're thinking about them. Um, it sounds really odd and sounds really corny, but I think about all of our friends that pop in on the show all the time. So we'll definitely give a shout out to Charles, Chuck D.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll go well, buddy. It'll go well. And if you feel like popping on, you can always pop on, or you check us at a later date on YouTube or on the Goo and Deeds podcast page, or you can go back into Pro and watch it in there. So we've
Yeah.
got all sorts of different options for you to catch up with the show. But it
Yes.
really does, it really, 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 really does mean a lot to both Mark and I when everybody pops on live. It helps the show flow. You guys are really what keeps it going too. So I appreciate you guys. And
Yeah.
Adam,
Thanks,
way to
everybody.
go, dude. Adam, you got any big plans for Thanksgiving? You doing any cooking? Anybody? Jessica Battle, you doing any cooking? I want to hear what everybody's doing for Thanksgiving next week.
Kylie's doing a cheesecake, but we haven't nailed one down. Anybody have a kind of cheesecake they really like that she should nail?
Yeah, I want to hear that too.
No
And
idea.
I also want to
Peanut
hear
butter
what
cheesecake?
everybody's favorite dessert is. That's what I want to
Yes.
hear.
What's your favorite
So,
dessert?
yeah, get it.
Have
Get it.
Have you ever? When was the last time you had a piece of fruitcake?
Mm-mm.
No, it's been years. Never. Like,
I
what
don't think
is it?
ever. I mean,
No.
maybe somebody gave me some when I was a little kid. I have no idea. What up, Jake
Yeah.
Van O? We're
Yeah.
doing a
It's been
little
that long for me.
we're doing a little talking today on pricing. We're doing a little talking about sharing with your friends. I don't know, man. All over the board today. All over the
Yep.
board.
Like darts, blind darts. We're just throwing them.
Well,
Where
you know
they
what?
hit?
That's what Mondays for you and I are all about. It's kind of like catching up over the weekend. We didn't even discuss best and worst.
Shit. I can't even know, though. I don't know.
I
I don't
can't
even
even
know.
know, dope.
I was sleepy this week. I took like two naps. I napped yesterday. I napped Saturday. I was doing a lot of. I did a window cleaning job Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Did some window or not window Christmas installs. So I've been walking up on roofs and standing in awkward positions. I did my own Christmas lights. So my body hurts. My
How'd
back
the
is killing
wife
me.
pay? Did she pay all right?
She paid pretty nicely. My wife did very nice. Yeah, but I'm not done. I still have my stake lighting. So I've got like 50 on one side and 50 to go up and down our walkway and stuff to
So she only
overdo
paid
it.
the deposit then?
Yeah, she only paid the deposit. The rest is coming later. Plus, there's one bulb on the side of the house and under an eave or whatever that I've got to give it one more screw in there. So my job isn't done up there, but it is what it is. I wrapped the whole house in the top ridge line, so there's a shit ton of lights. And changing the lights from and yeah, green and purple to white and red was a lot of fun. Unscrewing each one and then rescrew, pain in the ass. But that's what Christmas is about, and that's why you charge a lot of money if you're doing Christmas light installs because of all the repetitive clips, lights, hanging them. I think I'm
Master
doing
advice. Master
yeah.
advice from the deeds.
Try to turn down customer owned lights, but I'm doing two customer lights this year, and I usually never ever do them. But it's a window and gutter cleaning customer of mine in my neighborhood who's got a box that her son made for her, who's a light seller from Dallas, of course. But so I'm doing her lights, and she's got the really cheap clips where if you like pull it off the roof, they're still stuck there. We've all driven around and seen the guy in like February. He's still got all the clips on the front of his house. So those are the ones that suck. So it's more work, but if I have a slow day between now and December 1st, I told her I'd take care of her, so she'll be on the back burner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, since you caught in late, what are your plans for this week? And how's the weather in Utah? Are you seeing any of the rain that California and Arizona is getting? Also, what's on your agenda for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving. Yeah. What time do you
Thanksgiving.
usually eat? Do you eat at 2, 3, 4, 5?
So this year it'll probably be later in the afternoon. So this is wild, but my brother lives, I don't know, 15 miles south of me. My brother-in-law lives 4 miles down the road. My mother-in-law is 4 miles down the road. And then my father-in-law is also about 4 miles down the road.
Cool.
Typically one of them hosts something. Um, or one of us usually says we're doing it at our house this year.
Mhm.
With Marissa's mom not being in the best of shape to host, she took that one off the board. My brother-in-law, this is his first year in his new home, which is in our
Cool.
area. So I think
Sure.
we'll probably do his house. Um, he does a lot of smoked stuff. He has a
Cool.
Traeger. He has a different black top too. So he'll because he smokes his meat, it'll probably be a little later in the day. But my brother's doing one at noon. And we might go over to his house. I love seeing my brother on Thanksgiving and his kids. He's got 5 kids between the ages of 24 and 15.
Wow.
Um,
Cool.
yeah, one of them's in the service now. Uh, my brother and I are both old school stoners, so it's
Yeah.
kind of nice to visit with him and be thankful and grateful for one another and get it on before we get our plate on. It's
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um,
You ever listen to Alice's Restaurant?
that's my okay. That's my dad. That was his favorite song, and we played it every year.
Yeah.
Um, and it it's weird that you brought that up because I don't normally get emotional on that one, but you asking me just gave me the goosebumps. My mother and my brothers, both my brothers, that's a big thing for them.
Cool.
Um,
That's
and
one
I
of my
usually
deals.
hear it and I don't really whatever, but you just mentioning that just like literally just shot goosebumps all up my arms.
Cool.
Yep,
I like to
something.
do that to people. Boo, boo, spooky. No, but yeah, it's a great song. It ties into Thanksgiving every year. It's not Thanksgiving unless I've heard that song in the background or playing or
And
whatever.
that's what my brothers and my mother like. One of them first thing in the morning they send that message out, and it's
Cool.
miss you, Dad. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wow, you just
Nice.
got one there. You just got
N-
one there, Deez. Way to go, buddy.
Cool.
You
Thanksgiving.
just nailed it on the emotion note right
Yeah.
there.
We hit it. But
You
anyway,
sure
yeah. So
did.
if you guys got have traditions, things that you like about Thanksgiving, like I like turkey and sandwiches, and Goose family loves the some Arlo Guthrie. What are things that you guys like? Does your wife make a custard pie? Is it like the special squash that your grandfather would make every year? What are some of your best memories? But anyway, we get to relive those next week, next Thursday. So it'll be nice to be
Yeah.
surrounded by family and friends and stuff. So that's what it's
Yep.
about.
Before we get out of here, we still haven't heard best and worst. You kind of mentioned what was going on. I don't really remember anything too much this weekend about best and worst. There was nothing really that stuck out that was like, man, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Just the fact that we're here, that's the best.
Yep.
The worst part of the weekend is the fact that, my schedule is all jacked up and whatever. It is what it is, but
Yeah.
we'll get
Hopefully
through
the
it.
rain, just late night showers. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Clear days. 'Cause they don't know when it's going to rain. They
No,
think.
so that's the thing is the gal told me, and it's not supposed to rain until 5 o'clock this afternoon. And I
Good.
knew that too, but I also don't feel like taking the energy to fight with this lady about, hey,
Oh yeah.
you know, plus then we have to come back on a separate day anyways to touch up the bottom floor. So I'm just like, sometimes just rescheduling is easier to do than doing
Yeah.
something
God, yeah.
else.
Yeah. So
So,
that works.
what else was I going to say before we get out of here? I think that's pretty much it, man.
Cool.
So we got Cody on Wednesday from Renew,
Yes.
Steven on Friday from the ISCA.
Yep.
ISCA.
Oh, yeah. I
ISCA.
can't. I'm not that macho. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, brother. I bet he was real pissed when that song came out. Kind of was, but he was already Macho Man, so there's nothing he could do. Oh yeah.
Macho, macho man.
Fucking love that song, man. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right,
Yep. It's
guys.
gonna be
Well,
a
it is
beautiful
going to
week,
be a
everybody.
beautiful rest of the week. Let's keep Chuck D's wife in our thoughts and prayers, or send some energy that way as she gets ready for some hip surgery on Wednesday. Um, let's have a wonderful week. Deeds, who you want to give a shout out to?
Dubois. Yeah, to Craig.
Oh, fuck.
Fudge. Yes. No, thank you to
Yeah,
everybody for coming on this Monday, paying attention, watching us. And the guys, Mason and them, interested in the Goo and
Gooey
Dudes
Deeds
hat.
hats.
It's excellent. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, if
Thank
you
you,
if
everybody.
if you are interested in one of those hats, shoot Mark a message, shoot me a message, shoot Jill a message, let us know if there is a desire for them. Maybe we can get a special, another limited edition run of 10 or something. That would be pretty awesome. If memory serves me, there literally were four made. Mark and I have one, and Corey Klimas has one, or is supposed to get one soon. And then I think Steve was going to hold on to the other one as like a something cool to have in the shop. So, yeah, man, one of
Kind
four.
of, kind of like the Lord of the Rings. They made 11 hats, all for the Elven Kings or the Dwarven King. Yeah, who knows?
Hey,
One
man, we
hat to
have
rule them
so
all.
we have so many friends of ours that have been awesome enough to join us on the show. I would love to be able to be like, hey, man, we made 50 hats and we're going to send them out to our favorite friends, to our best buddies. We'll see what it's like.
I
We'll
like it.
see. I'll
Yeah,
be happy if we can get a 10 run. That'd be pretty sweet too. So we'll see.
nice.
Um, Jill, WCR, Steve, WCR, marketing, both of them. Chris and Alex, WCR, thank you. Um, Somebody I talked to a bunch this. Oh, Lacey, AWC Mag. We've got some big news coming up for you guys. If anybody wants to be in the mag, if anybody wants to do some advertising in the mag, I've got all sorts of good stuff
Live in
coming
the
for you.
mag.
Live in the mag.
Yeah,
We got all sorts of good stuff to relay to you guys real soon. So yeah, I
relay.
want to give a shout out to all those guys. Kaylee, I appreciate you pop in. You always make my day. It's been a wonderful Monday. I hope your passion bucket is full, and if it's not, by the end of today and by the end of tomorrow and later on this week, that it is overflowing. Jill, thank
Uh,
you.
yes. Make
And
it a
last
great
but
day.
not least,
Change your rubbers, everybody. Get them changed. Because if you
Deeds
don't,
nailed
you're
it
going
on
to
the
leave
head.
streaks. Don't leave streaks. Make it a good week. It's
Yeah.
Monday.
No one likes streaks.
No,
Be streak
no.
free,
Streak
like
free
me.
AZ. Like
Yeah, there
that.
you go.
Do it.
It's a
Well,
catchy
thanks for
name.
watching, everybody. It's a happy Monday. You've got stuff to do. Go do it. Get your stuff done. I've got lights to put up on some houses today, so
I
it's
gotta
it's
go
going to
buy
be a good day.
carrots.
Carrots. Good. You making the stew?
Love y'all. Be good.
See
Stay
you
up and
guys.
stay gold.
Stay golden.
All right.